Hi there, this is David, and welcome to the top 10 best JRPGs that you've probably never played, part 5. If you missed the previous parts, be sure to check out the video description for the links. There are so many great games out there that it's pretty easy for a few of them to slip through the cracks, especially for the younger folks or for people who may have only gotten into JRPGs later on in life. So let me help you out by showing you all some really cool games that you may have missed over the years. Number 10. Suikoden, Woven Web of Centuries, released for the PSP. This was always the lost Suikoden game in the series. All of the other ones were released in English, but not this one. However, it got a translation a few years back, so now we can all enjoy it. It features all of the quality of life improvements of the 5th game, but on the powerful portable system, such as 6-person quick combat plus 2 convoy characters, unite attacks between them all that can be boosted through bonding events and friendships, fully fleshed out 3D areas to explore complete with minimaps, and a class system that changes based upon what weapon you have equipped. So set forth, travel through time, and collect your 108 Stars of Destiny. Number 9. Soul Trigger, released for the PSP. This was one of the final releases for the underappreciated portable, and as such, it was only released in Japan. But again, it did get an English translation a couple of years back. The story's set in the future and actually divided into 2 separate arcs, one following Pharrell, and the other where you control Lars, so you can really see the storyline evolve from 2 different points of view, and over generations as well. Then, the battle system is turn-based and pretty simple, but it uses a sparking system, kinda similar to the Saga games, and it's just a damn shame that this was never released in America, because if it was, it would definitely be at the top of all of those top 10 best PSP lists. Number 8. Zenki Zero Last Beginning, released for the PS4, PS Vita, and PC. This is definitely a weird one, not just in the setting, but also in the gameplay. As a rule, I don't really like first-person dungeon crawling games, but here the map is created for you, and it appears on the same screen, so you don't have to graph it yourself or go to a menu to see it, like I used to have to do with Sword of Hope. And also, in a kind of Maniac Mansion type of way, you have a pointer that you manipulate to interact with the environment, which is also a little bit strange. The world has been destroyed and civilization sank to the bottom of the sea, leaving nothing left but ruins and debris scattered about the ocean. So you explore those ruins and your islands through the point of view of 8 different protagonists as they fight for survival and unravel the mysteries of the apocalypse. Number 7. Moon RPG Remix, released for the PC and Nintendo Switch. This is a strange game, and one that I really didn't think that I was going to like. It's hard to really pinpoint exactly what kind of game it is, because it's not really an RPG, at least not in the traditional sense. You're not running a farm or anything either. And it's not a visual novel. Instead, it's up to you to gather love by helping out the townsfolk, exploring and opening up new areas, completing side quests, going on deliveries, and giving gifts. Each time that you do so, your endurance meter will rise just a little bit so you can explore just a tad bit more, see more of the absurdity, and talk to more off-kilter characters. Similar to Loreea stories, there's a schedule for each person, and it's up to you to figure out everybody's daily habits to best increase the amount of love that you can procure into the world. Number 6. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2, released for the Nintendo DS. Well, admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of Pokemon games or even the earlier Dragon Warrior Monsters games for the original Game Boy. The Joker series is something else entirely. While Pokemon can be very linear, battle-heavy, and grindy, and Dragon Warrior Monsters is plagued with those random dungeons, the Joker iterations are full, open, lush, and beautiful. You capture monsters with relative ease, and you use them together in battle while exploring the mysterious island that you crash-landed on, and you also rescue other passengers from your downed airship. If more monster capturing games were like this, then I'd be all about them. Number 5. Jade Cocoon, released for the PlayStation. I played Jade Cocoon way back when it was first released, and I loved it, even though I'd never really heard of Studio Ghibli, or the movies, or anything else like that before. It really wasn't until like Ni no Kuni came out that I realized that Studio Ghibli was some famous thing. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks that I'd played a game of theirs before, this one! And it's gorgeous, not only in the graphics, but in the enchanting soundtrack as well. You take on the role of a cocoon master who goes out to explore the mysteries of the world. However, rather than a child, you're a married adult, which is a nice twist, and speaking of twists, just play the game for a bit because there is a massive one around the midway point where the shit really hits the fan. It's just the best. Number 4. Adventure Island 4, released for the NES. I remember getting the very first Adventure Island game for my 6th birthday. Whenever I woke up, my mother had left it on the pillow for me to find. And the first one was pretty frustrating to me. But all the other ones that I got over the years, I absolutely adored. They added world maps, animal companions, and power-ups to assist Mr. Higgins. But the creme de la creme is definitely the 4th installment, which of course, was never released here. I'm sure probably because it came out so late in the system's life cycle in 1994, that was definitely the end of the line for the Grey Little Brick. But this is truly a gem of a simple, easy, and fun Metroidvania. Just be sure to grab that associated English patch. Number 3. Dragon Ball Z: Attack of the Saiyans, released for the Nintendo DS. Everything that Monolith Soft touches becomes gold, and this is no exception. I know that I'm not the biggest fan of anime, but even I know about Dragon Ball Z. I know that it's a long-running legacy series filled with fans, so it's gotta be good. And I always like it whenever they can take an existing book or a show and then create a full-fledged JRPG around it, rather than some cheap cash-in fighting game that they normally do. Covering the entire first season of the anime, this is a great way for those new to the series to become introduced to all the characters, and also wonderful nostalgia for all the superfans out there too. It features a turn-based battle system with timed button presses, similar to the Mario RPGs. And, if all that wasn't enough, it doesn't take forever to get through either. You can beat it in a single weekend. Number 2. Crystal Project, released for the PC. This is an amalgamation of 2 great games. It takes the exploration and puzzle solving of 3D Game Heroes and combines that with the job system and turn-based battles of Final Fantasy V, which is one of my favorite games in the series. You begin, just like in the first Final Fantasy, by being introduced to 4 nameless warriors, who are assigned to one of 6 job classes, which just so happen to be the same ones that you were given in Final Fantasy I. But then, you're just let loose to explore a fully realized 3D open world full of towns, dungeons, and hidden surprises. Each zone also holds a crystal which will unlock a new job. This is bare bones with only fun gameplay at its core, and I highly recommend it. And number 1, Legend of Loreea, released for the PlayStation. I really do wish that Loreea 2 wasn't such a dumpster fire, because maybe then we would have gotten a 3rd game in the series, but que sera sera. This unique RPG combines aspects of fighting games with turn-based RPG mechanics, as well as a large, expansive world map, lush towns, and devious dungeons. Your heroes are able to input special moves or arts, but you enter them in like you would in like Street Fighter, and the magic system's unique too. You absorb enemies' magic, kind of like blue mages do. But I think that the best part is actually the humor and the atmosphere. Mist is engulfing the world and people live in constant fear of it. So the people live in walled cities or towns raised up above the mist. So it's up to you to revive the Genesis trees and free the land of the mist. Well, that's it for the top 10 best JRPGs that you've probably never played. Let me know if you think that there's any that I may have missed, and maybe I'll include them in a part 6. This seems like a pretty fun series, and I would like to continue it. So, if you like this video and would like to hear on the channel, please consider supporting me over on Patreon for exclusive videos and early access to my content, heading on over to Twitch for some streaming fun, or coming on over to my Discord to chat and hang out. The links to them all can be found in the video description. This has been David, and if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.